successful structures start with a blueprint. In my case, the blueprint to overcome knee pain and get back to windmill dunking in my 30s has taken almost 2 years of trial and error to develop. What I want to share with you today is not only my plan for regaining my athleticism, but also where the inspiration came from. I hope this will expose you to new training modalities and help you on your road to becoming a more athletic, pain-free version of yourself. First on the list, and without a doubt the greatest influence, is Ben Patrick, knees over toes guy. If you're not familiar with Ben's story, he was not only able to fix his chronic knee pain, but has also been able to transform himself from a slow, unathletic teenager into a freak athlete in his late 20s. One of the key ways he was able to do this was by breaking the golden rule of weightlifting, to never let your knees go over your toes. Ben's work piggybacks on the work of Charles Poliquin and many others, but it's the fact that he has actually put himself through the work to produce his own results that is so compelling. Many of the movements in my lower body programming came directly from Ben's ATG system, which I did for 2 months in early 2020 when it was still called Knee Ability. Knees over toes training is a big part of my current regimen, and I've definitely seen results from training in this way. The other thing I love about Ben's training style is that it carries over into other parts of life. We as a culture avoided knees over toes because it put more strain on our knees. However, if you get stronger in that harder position, it makes you bulletproof. There are so many other instances in life where we avoid the hard way and look for shortcuts or take the easy way out. It's only when you drop your ego to properly regress a hard situation and build it from the ground up that you can gain true strength and bulletproof yourself in more than just the physical realm. The second on my list is Christian Thibodeaux. Christian is a well-known and highly respected strength coach that has developed training systems based on neurotyping. Neurotyping is analyzing your brain chemistry to help develop not only what your optimal training periodization and rep scheme should be, but also what diet you will respond best to and what will keep you motivated in your training. I first discovered Christian on a podcast with Steve Katazzi called Adaptation, and I remember being so excited that night I could hardly sleep. He was describing the specific neurotype 1B in the podcast, and I remember feeling like he was literally talking about me as he went down his list of characteristics. Christian defines your neurotype through a psychological test that he provides on his site that I will link to in the description. I'm so thankful for Ben Patrick for exposing me to the knees over toes movements, but one thing that wasn't working for me was his programming and periodization. It was very high volume, very low intensity, and my body was not responding well to it. This is where doing more research into Christian's work helped me start to turn the corner and periodize my workouts in a way that my body would respond better to, based on my neurotype. I greatly reduced my volume, upped the intensity, and also implemented a peaking style periodization to keep me hitting different rep ranges every week. This helped me continuously bust through plateaus while also giving my body ample time to rest and recover and keep my knee pain at bay. This had perhaps the most dramatic effect on my Nordic curl progress. If you're interested in that specific progression, I've linked to my Nordic curl video in the description, where I outline how I progressed to my first flat ground bodyweight Nordic in around 12 weeks. The greatest takeaway from Christian is that a one-size-fits-all training routine is not optimal. It may work for many people, but you really have to learn what works best for you and build your programming around your specific neurotype. Third on the list is Josh Hash, also known as Strength Side on YouTube. To say my core was a weakness would be an understatement. I have always been lean and had a strong looking core, but now I'm actually on my way to having a strong core. Josh has a bodyweight core routine that I really like. I did this routine twice a week for months until I could actually complete all of the movements for all of the time outlined in the video. Now that I can complete all of the timed holds, I do the routine once a week to continue to maintain what I've built. I've linked to the video in the description. It's only 10 minutes and it's perfect to throw in at the beginning or end of your routine, as well as on a separate day by itself if you want to do a shorter workout. Last but not least is Gabo Saturno, also known as Saturno Movement on YouTube. Gabo has a follow-along beginner yoga routine that has become a staple in my weekly training. I wish I would have documented my progress because my flexibility has improved so much since beginning this routine almost a year ago. It's a perfect full-body yoga routine that leaves you feeling refreshed, relaxed, and balanced. I've linked to his routine in the description if you want to check it out. So how does this all piece together to form my current blueprint? Monday, resistance training, lower body. Tuesday, yoga and weighted butterfly stretch. Wednesday, core and either rugby field play or shoot hoops. Thursday, resistance training, lower body. Friday, yoga and weighted butterfly stretch. Saturday, resistance training, upper body, and either rugby field play or shoot hoops. And Sunday, rest. I'm going to break down my 2 lower body resistance days as well as my upper body resistance day later in this series so that you know the exact movements, rep schemes, and periodization if you want to follow my routine or create your own version based on what works best for you. In episode 1, I laid the mental foundation with growth mindset. In this episode, I lay the physical foundation with an effective blueprint. If you're following the series, you may be wondering what my baseline is right now, having just turned 31 on March 1st and being almost 2 years in my current battle with knee pain. This morning was the first time in almost 2 years that I flushed down a couple of dunks. Were they done pain-free? Yes. Were they done without inhibition? No. I have a long way to go to regain the confidence in my body to move freely, but I'm extremely grateful for how far I've come at this place in time. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up so that other people can find this story, and subscribe for new videos every week.